Hello TCG and Dragon Ball Super Fusion enthusiasts, and welcome back to yet another gameplay video where today we are going to be taking Son Gohan Childhood Green for a spin. But before we do that, let's check out the deck profile. I have been really enjoying Son Gohan Childhood, playing it a lot. You're going to see it a lot, especially if you're in the ladder. Green is rampant everywhere, and this leader is probably the best leader, but I will say Broly is right behind Son Gohan as well. A lot of green is basically just Son Gohan Childhood or Broly. There is some Android 17 floating around, but Son Gohan Childhood and Broly are the two best. So anyways, Son Gohan is when attacking, draw a card, and then once you're at 4 or less, you get to draw a card, flip the card over. When attacking on his awakened side, you get to draw one, and then activate battle once per turn. This can be triggered on your battle or your opponent's turn. Place one of your energy in your drop. This card gets plus 15k for the battle. So its ability to survive an attack, and its ability to try to punch over your opponent or force them to combo cards out of their hand. So, very nice. For the rest of the deck, we are playing 4 of the Draw Son Goku 1-drops, 4 of the Son Gohan Childhood 1-drops. It looks at top 3 cards, and we can add or reveal up to 1 card with a cost 5 or less and Saiyan in its trade and add to our hand. Typically, we are looking for either Turtle, Son Goku 5-drop, or Destructive Strength 3-drop extra with this. We're running 2 of the Android 18 2-drop. On play, she draws a card, discards a card, and then when you're 6 or more energy, which is extremely easy in this deck, we are green, we are ramp, you get to draw a card. So your leader gets to draw you a card, and she gets to draw you a card, which is really nice. I'm running also 2 Trunks Future. Truth be told, folks, if I'm being honest, we really don't have much of a turn 2 play. We really start going off around turn 3, turn 4. That's when we start actually doing our stuff, is turn 3, turn 4. But anyways, it's a permanent. It can't attack your opponent's leader, but at least it's there to control board presence. Personally, if you wanted to take these all out, you could probably buff up the next card we're going to do, or buff up more Android 18. Or you could take them out for a couple 4-drop Vegetas. We have Trunks Future. He's a blocker when he's KO'd, because our leader will be a Son Gohan Childhood. We can add the top card of our deck as energy, as well as active energy, so we can use our option card as well, Gigantic Meteor. I'm only running 2 of the 4-drop Vegeta. I only have 2 right now, but if you have 4, I would run 4. He's just very good. On play, you can add a card with 3 cost or more from your drop to your energy, and then activate main once per turn. You can discard a card from your hand, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost 2 or less and KO it. That does come up quite a lot, especially on certain deck strategies. You need to knock out their 2-cost guys. So I would definitely put 2 more of these in. You could probably take out the Trunks Future to do it, or you could take out a 6-drop I put in the deck to replace it. But the 6-drop actually has some functionality in this deck as well. Again, we're playing 4 of the 5-drop Son Goku, or Cellku as we kind of like it, because even though this is a Son Goku card, Cell is clearly the prominent card on the field. This is the Cell that's about to, like, literally explode. So, I believe this is also right before he, like, explodes. Before Gohan actually destroys him with his one-handed Kamehameha that he does with Goku. I think that's now, like, dead. But anyways, when you play this card, when this card is played, or when a card is placed from your drop, is placed in your drop from your energy area, put the top card of your deck into your energy. So this is very nice. So in essence, that's what Son Gohan will do when he's in his active mode. You basically use it to plunk off one of your energy to gain that extra 15k, and then this Son Goku will restore that energy for you, which constantly means you're always staying at the level of energy you're at. I'm running 4 of the 5-drop Son Gohan. And you could choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 4k or less and destroy. He does have 3k power. 2 the Turtles. I was playing 4 back in the day, but truth be told, I think you only need 2. typically your turn 5 play is the 5-drop Son Goku, not Turtle. Your turn 4 play is typically Vegeta. Then you would go, your turn 5 play is going to be the Son Goku 5-drop. And then from there, you just kind of slowly just ramp up a little faster. But anyways, he's got a critical, which does come up a lot of the times, especially against specific leaders. And then you can add 1 card with a 3 cost or more for your drop to your energy in active mode. Vegeta does it in rest mode, just so you know. Oh, shoot. I'll have to go fix that later. It's taking them out. I forget, when you right-click, it removes them. If you left-click it, it puts them back in. So we need to put that back in, and I need to put a 4-drop. Where's my beautiful? Okay. Now, back to the deck profile. This is the 2 cards I'm replacing for the Vegeta, but I could definitely see you keeping this card. Android 16. He's blocker, and then when KO, place a Son Goku childhood with a cost 6 from your drop. So you get to play it. The 6 drop is down here, which we'll talk later. You could easily cut this out for the Vegetas and keep the future Trunks, or you could knock out the future Trunks altogether, put in 2 more Vegetas. I mean, the decks can go up to 60 cards. You can take this out, put 2 more Vegetas, put in another Android 18, and then just keep these 2 Android 16s. We're running 2 Android 17, 18. It's a double striker, and then on play, you can choose up to your opponent's battle cards with 3 costs or less and just KO them. Really nice. We are playing 3 of the 6-drop Son Gohan. On play, you get to put the top card of your deck into your life. So this is really nice because if you're awakened, you can use this to put yourself back up to like 5, and you can stay on your awakened side. Don't play this character until you are awakened, because you want to be awakened in Son Gohan. You do not want to be not awakened in Son Gohan. Awakened is where you want to be. So typically you want to try to take as much damage as you can so that you can awaken, so that way by your turn 5 play, you're awakened and that Selku is fully triggerable. 2 of the secret rare 7-drop Son Gohan. You can discard a card and then just nuke everything on your opponent's side of the board that is 5 costs or less. You can't attack the turn you do it, which makes kind of sense the way it just fully nukes the entirety of a board, but still, very, very strong. You could cut this down to 1. Sometimes this never really comes up depending on your matchups. If you're playing green, this barely comes up because green doesn't really spam a board presence. But if you're playing like Universe 7 Son Goku, this card can come up. If you're playing blue, this card can come up. So there are other deck strategies. Android 17, depending on the way its build is built, this can come up as well. So it can come up and it can win games. Especially if your opponent has gone overly wide and doesn't have a lot of cards in their hand. You just do this, knock them out, and then you sit there and smile. 4 of the King Vegeta Super Combo. We're running 4 Broly. On play, you can draw 1 card, then choose out to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. And then when attacking once per turn, you can switch this card to active. So he gets 2 attacks out of it. He's basically a double attacker. So what you can do is you can clean something off your opponent's board that's in rest mode and then swing at your opponent. Finally, we're running 4 Gigantic Meteor, the 1-drop extra. Choose your leader or up to 1 of your battle cards and give it plus 15k power for the battle. Then if you have 6 or more energy, which typically you will, that card also gets another 10k. So it gets 25k for its entire attack. Trust me, the card has come up quite a lot to like end games and protect me against my opponent. So typically in your late game, you're keeping about 1 energy active at a time, just so you can threaten always this card being active against your opponent in the defensive step. And then finally, we have 4 Destructive Strength. Active main, add 1 card off the top of your deck to your energy. So typically your turn 3 play is to go Destructive Strength, get that extra card into your energy area. It comes in active, so then you could use it to put down one of your 1-drops, whether it be Son Goku or Son Gohan. But anyways, that is the deck. Let's take it to the ladder and see how well we do. Alright, here we go. I apologize to my opponent greatly right now, depending on what he... Oh, okay, so he's playing Broly. At least I won't be too upset about the fact that we may just whoop him because he's in bronze right now. We have first turn plays, but we don't have our card we need, Destructive Strength, but we can keep it. We have 2 ways to hunt Destructive Strength. And I didn't see whether or not we were going first or second. I wasn't paying attention to it. Don't like it's like up here when every time you show it off. It's not like the most advantageous place to put it. We're going to charge the turtle. We're going to put this out. Well, unfortunately, we did not get the card I kind of needed, but again, we have a few turns to get there. So, I guess we'll have to see what he does. What's he gonna play? Okay, so anyways, he is going second, which is pretty nice because that will give him destructive strength on turn 2, where we have to wait to turn 3. Now, the big question is he playing on the starter deck version of Broly, which I think is still good, in all honesty. Even if you're not playing, like, any of the cards that I'm playing, I still think the starter deck Broly is still good. It's still got a lot of good cards, and it's still a lot of good strength, a lot of good power. Personally, like, just taking 2 of these and just buffing out, like, Android 18, Android 17, 18, maybe a secret rare, and a couple of Selkus, possibly. That's really about it, and you got a very strong, competent leader. Again, these 2 leaders are probably the best green leaders because they fight back and forth here the most. Now, we do need to be cautious about giving him too much hand ability here. Now, Broly's awakening condition is that he takes energy from himself, one of his life, and puts it in his energy, so he goes down to 3. We're going to check the top. I needed destructive strength. You know, ask and you shall receive destructive strength. And then we're going to put out with this extra energy because, again, we're so early in the early game right now. This gigantic meteor is in no way helping us. Again, this is a very late game card. We don't want to use it in the early game. Now, again, with this Android 16, we do want this Son Gohan childhood in our drop to use, so we'll probably combo it away at some point. But right now, we're not going to worry about comboing because right now our main concern is to get down to 4 so we can awaken. We need to be on our awaken side. Personally, I mean, there are a lot of leaders that you want to be on your awaken side. Goku Black, even though he's got critical on his non-awaken, is very good on his... Ask and you shall receive a second one. He's very good on his non-awaken side, but also in the Son Gohan matchup, you kind of have to be aggressive. You can't just kind of sit behind, especially if you're not green, because in this green matchup, it's really about beat sticks beating up beat sticks. That's really about it. It's about who's got the better beat stick to beat up the other player. That's pretty much it. We'll go Destructive Karma Strength. This puts us at 4. Okay, so we lost one of our androids, which kind of sucks, but nothing we can do about it. We're going to swing in, and then I'm going to put down this Son Gohan so that we can search the top 3 cards. Again, there's not really much else we need because our turn 5 play is literally Selku. People give it the nickname because of Cell. We're going to take that. And then we're going to pass. Now, next turn, this turn we literally do awaken. So if he does swing on us with the Nappa or the Broly, we do awaken this turn, which is very nice. So that basically gives us everything we need. We awaken, we have this Son Goku, Selku, as they call it, because Cell is just the bigger object, as you see. Goku in the frame of the card is very small for a Son Goku card. It's a Cell card. Now, if someone's going to say that this is the first object of how we know Cell is going to get a leader in the second wave, trust me, I want Cell to get a leader in the second wave 100%. I don't see a reason why he wouldn't be a green leader. I don't know. Now, I will say personally from me, from playing a lot of this gameplay to get, grind where I am in gold, I'm seeing a lot of the same leaders, which is Son Gohan, Broly. I've been seeing a lot of Universe 7 Son Goku, but it makes sense. I retooled my deck. He's a very good spam strategy. When he awakens, he gives all Universe 7 cards plus 5k. So because you'll play a lot of little Universe 7 guys, what will happen is that because you play so many little ones, you give it plus 5k while they're at 2k. They swing in, and then a lot of decks don't have the ability to try to survive that many swings. they'll basically burn through all their combo cards and basically struggle to survive. So that's what kind of the deck moved into. Honestly, that's kind of how like Ginyu is right now. Ginyu is all about just like spamming all the Ginyu guys, and you just swing all these Ginyu guys at your opponent. Now, our opponent is being smart here. He knows I'm one card away from awakening, and he's not going to swing at me. So we're going to play the Selku this turn. Okay, that put a... Okay, so that put another little Son Goku into our drop. Do we just attack at this point? I really don't see a reason to attack and give him another card. I think I need to be aggressive against this matchup, honestly. So the problem is, unless he awakens me, I don't have any self-awakening in this deck. There's not really a way for me to self-awaken in this strategy. There's like no way for me to do that in this strategy. So I need him to forcibly awaken me, which if you played long enough to know how this strategy works, you don't typically self-awaken. Just like in a Beerus matchup, you typically don't want to self-awaken the Beerus leader, meaning that you don't want to help awaken them, you want them to self-awaken themselves. You want to basically be there just to kind of punch here and there and survive their crits, and then awaken. I'm actually kind of surprised he's actually going to go for letting me be awakened. Yeah. There's a Broly. Alright, that's really good. But yeah, typically with Beerus leaders, because Beerus isn't draw and is on awakened side, they need to awaken so they can start drawing cards. If you just grind out and let Beerus kind of hit you and then just use combo cards to survive attacks, you can actually like survive a couple of attacks here. I am gonna just awaken here. I probably could have just not have spent that 5k, but these cards in my field aren't doing anything. That's 35 there. I could have used my skill to gain the power, but honestly I kind of wanted to send the 6-drop Son Gohan so I can use my leader this, or I could bring out Android 16 this turn. Yeah, I mean, these little Son Gokus and little Son Gohans are doing nothing but sitting there on my board. The question will be whether we would decide this turn just to go into like Vegeta and use Vegeta to like swing over, use Vegeta's effect to pop the blocker, so we can swing into the 2 objects there. That would be the big question. It kind of no matter what our next draw is. If we had like Android 16, 17, that'd actually be pretty nice. I think we're gonna charge this. We could put this to pop. Let's do this. I'm gonna swing on. You know, sometimes you ask and you shall receive the androids too. Because a lot of times these people actually, for some odd reason, protects the turtle. A lot of people have. I don't know why. Don't ask me if there's really a purpose of doing that. Again, it is interesting because they combo stuff away to do this, but you know, I won't complain about it. So we will knock this out and knock that out. This ensures the blocker is pretty much useless. We're going to swing over that. We're going to pass. There's not really a point of burning anything for this. If he wants to combo away a card to save that, he can be my guest. He needs to get a 15k to do it. So he can use his Raditz and then a 5k from his hand, but that puts him down to 5 cards, and I'm at 9. Okay, so he's doing exactly what I'm saying. Now he needs to get a 5. Okay. He did exactly as I thought he was going to do. Again, they're keeping this because he knows it's a critical on me. That's exact. So, I mean, if he burns a 5k, he burns a 5k. It just means it's 1 less card in his hand. Again, we're not going to drop the Broly until he drops a Broly, because I want my Broly to knock out his Broly. And then from here, I think we're just going to drop this Son Goku. I don't need to worry about this until like a late game standard, because I have the ability to block this using my skill. I can block this by spending this, and if the Broly comes at me, I'll just use another card to block it. there's not like this overall arcing fear of me having to worry about anything. Again, I don't want to drop my Broly until he drops his Broly. Because I want to use it to knock out his Broly in a one shot. And deal with it. Again, a lot of times I will take 2 Broly shots off of it. Again, he's down to 4 cards. That's also important because I've basically not really struck him to give him his life to his hand. That could be useful to him. So, that is pretty good because I haven't given my hand. And plus, he did just have to combo a couple cards out to protect a 30k. A lot of times, I'm kind of surprised that people do protect this 30k. Personally, if you know... Again, it does push this ideology where, like, okay, you're clearly going to try to swing and kill it. So I'll protect it to force, you know, combo, which is what he did. I attacked it to see if he was going to force a combos out to protect it. And he did. Again, he's also doing this because, again, his leader isn't strong enough to punch into my leader without comboing. So, it's always nice when you're at your awakened side and your opponent isn't at their awakened side. He decides to trigger a gigantic meteor. So he's going to go all the way up to 40k. You know what? If he's that afraid of the androids, I will just pass that. It means that I also got a gigantic meteor out of his deck, which is nice. Means I don't have to worry about it. And next turn, I'll probably drop the Android 16 just to guard me against a possible Broly attack. So no combo there. I'll charge that. I kind of do want my Cell-Crew on the board. Which means that he could still play something to go after me. Going after me here. We'll trigger the scale. Because, again, now if the Cell-Crew dies, I don't really care. I triggered my one-time skill for the turn. Alright, so we got our second Vegeta gone. Again, Vegeta really is only like the fourth turn play. Because he can only nuke off like 2 costs or less guys, so he's not overly scaled. Vegeta combo. Like I said, it is pushing him to try to go after this, so it's nice. Now the question is, do I just drop the Broly here and then play hard board control? I mean, I think that's the play. I think that is the play. It's just drop the Broly, go hard board control. Is it? Let's see. We'll swing at that. It would have to burn a 5k out of his hand to survive, or burn a 10k out. The problem if he has Broly, I'm pretty well... No, I guess I could try to kill it. At this low level of power he has, I doubt he'll have if he can get one. So we'll swing here. If he combos to protect this, I would have been completely impressed. We're gonna swing at least one time, and that's pretty much about it for us. Again, we're threatening basically 5 attacks next turn. This Son Gohan and these two, and then he does go up to 2500 on his unawakened side. He's the only leader that's actually 5k or more. You know, sometimes I really do guess this stuff. I really do guess he's got the Broly. Now, of course, we still have 3 more left in our deck. If they're in my life, I don't know. If they are, it's gonna suck. He's gonna go after this. Are the androids that important to me? Because the only 10k I have is android. I'd have to burn all 3 of these. No, they are not that important to me. I think this is where they die. It pushed the Broly attack away from me, so I mean, I'll survive on this. Yeah. No, I'm not going to do it. Hey, ask and you shall receive. I happen to say my Brolys are probably in my life, and they were. So he's just attacking me to get, if he combos, he combos. But again, he's just attacking to try to get a draw here. I need to start pushing aggression here. So at this point, we charge again. We charge this, and I think we're pretty much set for the charging. Now the only question is whether or not he gets his hands on another Broly. So we are going to at least make 2 swings here. We may just go for the full out game here. Basically use both our Broly swings on him to either combo out of it. Because this would put him up to 7 cards in hand. Even if he drops another Broly, that doesn't actually get him the game. Again, the danger is that he does actually lose a life, so he doesn't even get that card in his hand. So typically, he's only now getting 1 more card. So I think he lost another destructive strength. Not that it doesn't last. And I'm so glad I got all my gigantic meteors. Now, if he wants to survive this, he has to combo a good chunk out of his hand. A super combo only ties. Remember, folks, tying in the game isn't a win. If we're tying, I always win. The turn player wins the tie. So always make sure you buff over it. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any magical 1-drop. Do we just do this? I'm not gonna combo. I'm gonna force him to probably get rid of one of those energy. I could combo. I could have honestly comboed and probably killed him. I could have honestly done that. I mean, that's one honest thing I could have done, but I mean, next turn, I have the win. Because what will happen is he probably drops the Broly here. Even if he drops a bunch of small things, look at all this combo power we got. We have all 3 of our gigantic meteors. I have my skill that's still very active. I have 2 super combos, 5k, a 10k, 2 10ks, 2 5ks. So, and 2 super combos that buff me to 20k. That's kind of, yeah, he's got all 3 destructive strength in there. I mean, once you use 1, you're kind of done. So Broly's ability is kind of interesting. The only way he actually draws is he has to basically pitch a card from your energy to your drop to draw 1. It's very interesting. Typically why I would say put this 5 drops on Goku and Broly, because you mitigate that. Okay, I'm kind of interested. Well, that's the Paragus that gets the blocker. No, okay. So I was right on the Broly play. Now, he has not still yet attacked me, but again, he has no energy open. He'd be comboing everything out of his hand to do this. So, my thing is I'm going to defend against the leader attack, not against either Broly shot. And then next turn, I can literally combo all this into Son Gohan and nuke him off. There's no... This automatically gives me a 25k a turn skill, so we're going to purge the skill here. He did not decide to like do any abilities or like combo. Again, it goes offense and then defense comboing, so I know for a fact he didn't combo. We lost both our turtles. Did we lose both our turtles, or was that the only turtle? No, there's a turtle in the drop, turtle, and... Okay, so I've lost both turtles. Doesn't matter. So like I said, he's burned through all his energy. The only card he could use at 0 to give him a buff would be instant Kamehameha, which is a 0 cost extra card. Not a lot of decks play it, but it is a good green. I've seen a lot of Broly strategies kind of starting to play instant Kamehameha. Again, I really don't care if he swings twice against me. He does have a way to like buff me out. Okay. So in essence, next turn, what I just do is I just burn all 3 gigantic meteors, and then I can basically play like Android 16, if need be. If need be, put Android 16 out on the board, guard myself against an attack. Now, it may just send the 𝐒𝐓𝐾 in first, because there's not really a purpose of doing anything else with the 𝐒𝐓𝐾. Or he's gonna try to kill me with this one character. Okay, let's see. What do you got there, son? 55. 40. So that's a 60. That is 60. It's a good thing I redid my math. That's 60. We tie. 10k to make that 50 to go to 70 to 60. So in essence, there's not really an overlooked purpose to do anything else here. I was going to just burn all my stuff. We'll put that away. You know what? Actually, no. We're going to do it like this because he still has his ability to activate main to draw a card. The skill... There's no way he has this, so we won't be that vicious on him. We'll just go for this. I lost my secret rare, not that it really helps. And we will end the game. The only thing that would happen... Oh, good. We get to see the animation where he's... Nice. Oh, man. Now that's so iconic. Now that's some iconic Dragon Ball right there. Except it wasn't against Broly, it was against Cell. To erase Cell, because Cell in the anime could regenerate himself even from a single cell. We'll talk about it. Reason why I think when Goku instant teleported him away when he blew up, he actually survived it and then came back to life. That's why we have the one-handed Kamehameha from Son Gohan to actually defeat Cell altogether. But anyways, that is victory for us. Power of Son Gohan. Again, Broly is a good matchup for against Son Gohan. But let me know down in the comments your thoughts on the gameplay, the deck profile, and everything altogether about Dragon Ball Super Fusion World. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you can notify my videos go live for you. And we'll see you here next time on Mama Dragon's TC.